My Dinner with Herve Villachez, or My Dinner with Herve. Herve Villachez was the actor who played Tattoo in the original Fantasy Island series, the 70s and 80s TV series, alongside Ricardo Montalban. Now, for those that aren't familiar with Tattoo or Herve Villachez, every start of every Fantasy Island episode, he ran up to a bell tower to greet the plane guests. He would just ring the bell tower, ding, ding, and then he'd point up, the plane, and then the show starts. Now, My Dinner with Herve is inspired by a true meeting that director Sasha Gervasi had with the real-life Herve Villachez in the final days of Villachez's life. And during those meetings, Sasha Gervasi made a promise that he would tell Herve's story somehow. This movie is the result of that promise that he kept, and what a way to keep your promise, I have to say. What is the story? Well, it's a very short but epic biographical story about Herve, his tough upbringing in Paris, France, his much-loving father doing everything he can to find the best treatments to make his son grow, because Herve was a very small-statured actor. He was a small person. And unfortunately, Herve didn't really have much luck until he discovered painting, which is what this show displays to us. He was a really, really talented painter, and I did some research about the real Herve Villachez. Really great painter. I'm really surprised that he didn't hit it big with painting. I'm surprised that he didn't really become a famous modern artist. Well, aside from a modern artist, he became one of the most iconic TV characters of all time, Tattoo, in Fantasy Island. And he was also best known as Knick-Knack in the James Bond film The Man with the Golden Gun. But, unfortunately, Herve allowed fame to get to his head. In real life, there are people around you that actually care for you. They take time out of their life to make sure you're okay. They care for you. They love you. And that's who Marty is. Marty was, like I said, the talent agent who actually really did care for Herve. He really wanted to make sure Herve was financially secure and safe. Unfortunately, Herve allowed his ego to get in the way, and he just blew everything away. Just very heartbreaking. And this is a very heartbreaking movie. If you're easily triggered, this probably isn't your movie because of how down and how heartbreaking it is. And the sad truth is, Herve Villachez's real life was heartbreaking. And that, to me, just made me say, wow. He had everything in front of him, and everything he worked his entire life for disappeared. Now, Sasha Gervasi is not in this film, but a character inspired by him is in this movie. And the character's name is Danny Tate. Now, Danny is a journalist that we instantly feel sorry for. He is a great reporter, but his personal life is in crisis. And we see that when we first meet Danny. Danny's played by Jamie from the 50 Shades movies. Okay, look, if you're a 50 Shades fan and if you actually want to see Jamie in another role besides 50 Shades, check this one out. He actually is acting in this movie. He really is a good actor, given the right material, of course. When he cries in this movie, you actually cry along with him. When he gets angry, well, you get angry with him. Well, all in all, you can feel his emotions.